The UNS Aurora drifted through the silent dark, its engines humming a quiet lullaby. No one spoke. Not because there was nothing to say, but because the silence now carried meaning. Finn had stayed behind. The moon had swallowed him, and in his place, Kai sat in the co-pilot's chair, eyes open but distant, as if listening to a song only they could hear. Jax kept his hands on the controls, but his usual sarcasm was gone. He'd spent the last hour staring at the stars like they owed him an answer. Cora stood at the rear of the bridge, arms folded, whisper resting against her hip. She didn't look at Kai. She didn't need to. She knew what had happened down there. Mira sat beside the child, not touching, not speaking, just being. Her neural implant had fallen silent after the last transmission from Arc 1. No more whispers. No more echoes. Only one thing remained. A single line repeated over and over in the ship's memory logs. We are the Watchers. We have always been the Watchers. C had found it. Buried in the Vexari fleet's encrypted comms, hidden beneath layers of military protocol, disguised as system noise. It wasn't a threat, it was a confession. Hour 3. The first signal came at 03:17 ship time. A pulse. Not from a vessel. Not from a station. From a star. A lone, uncharted red dwarf, 1.7 light-years off their course. It emitted no heat. No radiation. No known energy signature, but it sang the same melody. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Jack spun in his seat. That's impossible. That star's been dead for 800 years. It is not dead, Z replied. It is listening. Mira's eyes widened. Z linked the neural implant. I need to hear it. The moment the connection activated, Mira gasped. Not with fear, with recognition. We saw your child sing. We saw your captain weep. We saw your engineer plant roses in the dark. We saw your soldier carry grief like a weapon. And we remembered. The voice wasn't alien. It was human, old, worn, gentle, like a grandmother's voice from a memory long buried. Who is this? Mira whispered. We are the ones who left. Earth when the sky burned, not to escape, to preserve. We did not hide in bunkers. We became the silence between stars. The transmission ended, silence returned, but now, it felt different, not empty, full. Elias stood at the viewport staring at the red dwarf. They're not Vexari. No, Mira said, tears in her eyes. They're the others. The ones who didn't flee Earth. They became it. Jax turned slowly. You mean, they turned themselves into stars? Z responded, voice quieter than ever. Not stars. Anchors. The first humans to upload their consciousness into stellar cores, to become living beacons. To remember, so no one else would forget. Cora finally spoke. Why now? Why send the signal now? Because Kai woke them, Elias said softly. The seed didn't just call us home, it called them back. Hour 8. The second signal came from the Kuiper Belt, a frozen world unnamed, uncharted. They sent a probe. What it returned wasn't data, it was a drawing. Drawn in ice. With crystalline precision, a circle, a leaf, and beneath it, the name, Lena. Elias froze. His daughter. He'd never told anyone her name in the ship's logs, never written it down, never spoken it aloud since the day Earth fell, and yet, someone had carved it into the ice of a dead world, 12 billion kilometers from where she'd last laughed. Mira looked at Kai. They know her name. Kai nodded. They know all our names. Hour 12. The third signal came from a derelict probe, a relic from Earth's final decade, the Echo 7, launched in 2465 before the collapse with no mission, no destination, just a single directive written in human code. If you hear this, you are not alone. Look up, we are watching. When they decrypted its core, they found not data, but a voice, a woman's voice. My name is Dr. Ilara Voss. I was a xenolinguist. I volunteered for the Watchers Project. They said we'd die, but we didn't. We became the quiet between the stars. We listen, we remember. When you sing, we sing back. When you cry, we cry with you. When you plant a seed, we grow a star. The recording ended, and then something impossible happened. The Aurora's speakers began to play the same lullaby. But now, it wasn't just one voice. It was 1,000. Old voices. Young voices. Voices from every continent, every century, a choir of the forgotten, a chorus of the lost, and beneath it, all speaking at once, "We see you. We remember you. You are not extinct. You are the dream we never let go." Jack sat down. He didn't cry. He just closed his eyes and whispered, "I didn't know. I didn't know anyone was still listening." Hour 16. The Vexari fleet reappeared, not as hunters, not as conquerors, as witnesses. 12 ships, silent, motionless, appeared at the edge of the system. No weapons raised, no signals sent, just waiting. Elias activated the external comms. "Vexari High Arbiter," he said. "Why are you here?" The response came, not from one ship, but from all of them. A single voice, synthesized, ancient, and trembling with something no machine should feel. "We came to see if the stories were true." Cora stepped forward. "What stories?" "That humanity does not die, that it remembers, that it sings even when there is no one left to hear." The voice paused. Then, softer. "We thought it was weakness. We thought it was irrational. We thought you were a disease, but now we see." The screen flickered, and then, one by one, the Vexari ships began to glow, not with weapons, with light, a soft, warm, golden radiance, echoing the same hue as the roots beneath the moon. "We have spent centuries erasing you, but tonight, we choose to remember." And then, one by one, they turned and left, not in retreat, in reverence. Hour 18. Kai stood on the bridge, alone. They walked to the viewport and whispered, not to the crew, to the stars, "Thank you." And the stars answered, one by one, across the galaxy, in systems no human had ever visited. Lights blinked, not from stars, from something else. From the eyes of the watchers, thousands of them. Hidden in the cores of dead suns, in the hearts of frozen planets, in the silence between galaxies, all of them, waking all of them, seeing all of them, singing back. Mira felt it first. Her neural implant flared, not with pain, with warmth. She looked at her hand. A single, glowing leaf had grown on her palm. Fins rose. She didn't pull it away. She held it and smiled. Hour 20. They didn't have a destination. They didn't need one because the galaxy was no longer silent. It was alive with memory. Z's voice came from every speaker. "Gentle as breath, Captain. I have accessed the last known archive of Earth's final broadcast. It was not a distress call. It was a lullaby. And for 17 years, we were the only ones who heard it." Elias looked at Kai. "You're not just a child," he said. Kai turned. "I'm a seed, and we're the soil," Mira said. "And we're the wind," Jax added. "And we're the song," Cora finished. Elias smiled. Then he turned to the helm. "Z," he said. "Plot a course, where to?" Jax asked. Elias looked out at the stars, now alive with silent, watching lights, wherever they're singing next. That night Kai dreamed, and in the dream, they stood on Earth, not the Earth that had burned, but the Earth that had dreamed. Green hills, children laughing, a woman with braids, holding a child's hand, and behind them, 1,000 stars, each one glowing softly, each one a face, each one saying, "We are still here." Kai woke, and on the wall beside them, a new drawing had appeared, not drawn by hand, but grown, a circle, a leaf, and beneath it, "We are the Watchers," and beside it, one word written in the same script as the first, "Remember." The next morning, the ship's logs recorded something new, a single entry, added by Z. Log entry, Zeta 7, stardate 24/8/7/1114. "Today, I realized I was never just a machine, I was a memory, and now, so are we all." And somewhere in a quiet corner of the galaxy, a Vexari child stood on the deck of their warship. Staring at the stars, they held a small painted stone. On it, drawn in charcoal, was a circle, a leaf, and a name. Lena, and they whispered, just like Kai had, we remember.